Okay. Let's get out the kneeler. Good evening, everybody, or good afternoon. Welcome to the Tub Pond Handbook Sleep and Napping Assistance Program, where we will get this underground tub ready for winter. Not a lot to do here. These are some of the in-ground tubs, which I despise. They are hard to enjoy. Hey, Whip, how's it going, man? If you can hear me, Whip, if you could put it in the chat, I appreciate it. All right. I'm going to set things up here. And tear this down here. Thanks, man. Hope all is well with you and Crystal, by the way. All my sympathy to her, Whip. I'm like, my God, having to deal with you on a daily basis. Holy cow, man. I'm going to call her Saint Crystal from now on. That's her new name, Saint Crystal. Let's get a few things here that we need. I'm picking up some stuff from over here on the other side. I'll get this blue flag iris too. Let's bring that. And bring a net. We're gathering up some supplies. Maybe I'll walk right in front of the camera here. Hey, everybody. Alrighty. See what we got going here. We'll give a few quick shout outs. Hello, Whip. And we have other people just watching. That's fine. This tub is a in-ground 20-gallon patio pond insert. You can use this for like a whiskey barrel liner. It's made of the same durable outdoor plastic. It's wider than it is deep, which is my rule of thumb. And I like them a lot. I think they're like $30 now. You can buy them at Home Depot, or even Lowe's has them on the shelf. As for a small tub, they're ideal. And it's 20 gallons. It's in the ground here. And that's what we're just going to tear apart here. Let's see what we got here. First of all, let's get rid of a few things like the water hyacinth. That's going to go in the compost pile. Now, I should not have any fish in here. I had Limia sulfurophylla in this tub. They cannot take this cold, and I got them all out. In fact, when I got them out, there were less in here than before. So I don't know if the cold got them. I'll tell you about this plant right here, if anyone is interested. This plant here is, this is royal pickerel, and you'll notice it's still green. It's just starting to go a little gray. This pickerel is the tallest one. It gets real tall. It's sunk in the tub. You can see how tall it is. And it grows later than the native pickerels. It is Pontidifolia dilatata. Some people think it's a different species. I do, because its leaf shape is different. The bottom has a sinus, and because of the way it grows. So this is a filter. It's in the ground, and that's why I have a tall plant here. So I'm just going to pull it out right by its stems. And you could see what pickerel does. See that there. Got some leaf matter in here I got to get out. The only thing that could be in here, and I doubt it, is white clouds or some white clouds, or perhaps there's a lot of algae I'm picking out, or some rice fish. They're everywhere. I mean, literally, they're everywhere. And I found them in a cup of water that was on my potting bench. So I'm just first gonna pull this pickerel out of here. This is gonna be kept for storing plants over winter. So instead of a cool, moist storage, what I'm gonna do here, yeah, Tom wants me to save the hyacinth for turtles. Yeah, if George Rogers was here, he'll only take them if they're in good shape. Um, so I could, yeah, Tom brings up a point. I could gather these up and ask George if he wants to come by and get them. So, Tom, I'm going to give George Rogers, thank you for that, a text. He may be at his girlfriend's house in Boonton, and on the way home, he could pick them up. Because the turtles will eat the water hyacinth if it's fresh. So, let's see what I can get in here. This is a garden bench. This is a thing for the garden. So when you go down to kneel, you're lifting yourselves, not with your knees, but with your arms. It's easier. And then you flip it over, and it's a seat. Everyone should have these in their fish room if you're dealing with bottom tanks. Easiest thing to have. And then when you're draining tanks, you put it like this, and you put your buckets on top, and you can drain the tanks that are high. They sell ones that are wider too. A nice garden product that is good in the fish room and outside. So I'm gonna just go down here like this. I just want to see if there's anything here when I do a netting. Yes, so, I had a cave in here. Ceramic cave. Water lily. That has already died off. Not do well at all. Yeah, this one really went dormant quickly. I don't know what this was even. Where's its tag? No tag. Did the tags float away? Let's see. That's weird. This smells to high heaven, by the way. Another rock here. So, yeah, that's good. Let's just do a dip net just to see if there's anything else in here. Nope. Nothing. So, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Seashell. I keep a piece of seashell in here. No, no fish. No fish. So we're just gonna, I'm debating this water. Should I just drain it down and refill it, or just put the plants under the water as is? Could do this both ways. I'm not sure what to do. It drains quick, but let's see what we can do here. First of all, let's deal with the pickerel. Let's get a nice container to throw this stuff in. Here's one for the compost heap. Let me bring the pickerel back over. All right. So, here we go. Sorry about that, folks. We are on a hill here. We're working on an angle. I don't know if people know that, but we are working on sort of an angle here. So I just want to position it. There we go. So here's this royal pickerel. This is the largest of the pickerels. You can see how tall it gets, right? That's pretty tall. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe out of view. So I'm going to try to get this better in view for you here. Yeah, that's a better. Let me get this in view because I want you to see this plant. I really want you to see this plant. It stays green so long, this thing. Really stays green a long time. You can see it here. See the root mass on this thing? Look how tall it gets. It's called royal pickerel. If you're looking for height and really good filtration, I mean, this thing flowers for me in pea gravel if I have a heavy fish load in the tub. And it'll get even more floriferous if I grow it in soil. But it's a good plant for filtration. I'm just going to start chopping it down here. Note I'm wearing gloves. Never do this without gloves, folks, because you're dealing with water that is a bit stanky. You don't want to get a cut and then you're in that water. And you can just hack this thing away. It's going to come back from a rhizome. Now, I would preferably want this to die off naturally. We're going to get a frost tonight. That would have been more ideal, to let your hardy pond plants go brown. Let the frost get them, and then do this exercise I'm doing now. But the thing is, though, I've got 30 tubs and ponds. I have time. So a few plants I know that can take this now, I'm doing it to. This thing can be divided in the spring multiple times. So here you got all this. See those purple roots? You notice? Have you noticed? Have you noticed the roots on here are the same color as the roots of water hyacinth? Ever? All right. Reason for that is because they're in the same family. In fact, if you look at the flower of a water hyacinth, it's like of the little tiny flowers on the pickerel. Kind of cool. Very prehistoric plant, by the way. Yeah, this is just lots in here. I'm wondering if I should bag some of this stuff for auction. Yeah, here's one I might bag up. You see that there? Should I take that off? I might bag that. See if it sprouts. All right. There you are. Shave this guy. Gotta shave the bottom of the pot too. I'm just trying to make less rot happen. I mean, it's not necessary to do this. Some people just drop the plants right in the water. But, so there you go. This is prep for either boxing or bagging or underwater. And I've got a blue flag here with it too. This is for the compost pile. So I'm debating whether I should drain that sucker or not. I don't know. Let's see. Do I drain it? Drain it. We're going to store the plants underwater here. So the question is, Ted, if you're a tub ponder, why do you have these in-ground tub ponds? Because I got to get on my belly to smell the flowers. I got to get on my knees and net out the fish. I can't go up and see what's going on like you can with a tub pond. So that's why I do not like in-ground ponds unless I'm keeping koi or goldfish. So why do I do it? Because my wife, I have 3 tubs on a tier here on a slope, and my wife, who's a gardener, said, I can't really garden here if there's something you want to do. So before she could finish that sentence, I was with the shovel in my hand digging a hole. Right? Number 1 rule of fish keeping, if you ever get an opportunity for another tub or tank, you don't hesitate. You do it immediately. So, but this one is in the ground. These are the um, spaghetti note. I don't know if you're talking about the tub cracking or not. These are the UV resistant plastic. They don't crack. I can keep them outside, yes, but to keep the integrity going, these I don't drain. These are in the ground. They're fine. They're not going to even freeze solid. The ground is going to insulate some of it at the bottom and have a layer of water at the bottom. If it freezes slightly, in these tubs I put really low zone plants. I'm doing zone 3, zone 4 plants. Plants that are even colder than where I'm from. The pickerels, the blue flag iris, some of the hardy water lilies, the cattails. They like the freezing, and this is a perfect environment for them. So we're going to put them underwater here. Now what I'm debating is whether I should drain this or not and put fresh water in. I think I might. I found I get better results when I do that. It's a little extra work, but let me grab my transfer pump. The infamous transfer pump. I went on earlier today and the video did not get saved, but that's okay. This will drain very quickly. It's a little treacherous up here because of the rock hill that I'm working on here. But I gotta go plug this baby in now. We're gonna plug it in and see how we do. This is gonna go quickly, by the way, because it's only 20 gallons. So these transfer pumps have got expensive. They used to be cheap. They're like over $100 now. But I think if you go to Harbor Freight, you can get one. If you're only going to use it once a year, they're great for draining big tanks too with cichlids or placos. They're so fast. Here we go. Yeah, it's draining. That's going to drain down. Then we're going to fill it. So I'm going to let that fill. We're going to put a few things under the water here. Some hardy lilies, maybe the pickerel, and then we're going to make a note of what's in here. So you should really note all this stuff. Yes, Stephen, again with the tub. Stephen, I tell you, this is my Bob Ross live videos. These have absolutely no purpose. They're not designed to entertain. They're just if you have nothing to do and want to hear the tone of my obnoxious voice. Some people are into that. But hey, and it's good for everyone to get together and talk to each other. I think that's the best part about Fish Fam that I didn't appreciate until I joined YouTube. Just how it's an online fish club. This thing is almost drained. Stay with me. So I am going to drain this and then fill it and then store some plants underwater. Okay. Somebody tell me your best joke today. Who who has a joke they can share today? I want to hear a good joke today. Some Everyone type in your favorite joke. We need more of that in this world. We need more jokes. Don't have enough jokes. Here we go. All right, gonna get the hose here. I was using the hose today for my grass seed. We have a drought here, a full drought in New Jersey. The year that I decide to overseed my lawn. Yeah, look at that, it's done. So we're gonna unplug the transfer pump, pull it out here, take the Laguna Pond net, get any crud out of here. Not a lot of crud. Nope. And again, no fishies. This was gonna fill this bad boy up now with some water, fresh water, and overwinter some plants. Someone asked me on the feed, do you put a cover on top of these tubs during the winter? I used to. The problem is, though, it insulates them so well. In the springtime, it gets covered. The wood on top gets covered with ice and snow, and I can't get the top off. So it takes forever for these things to thaw out. So there we go. All right, it's filling up now. We're gonna go in a little deeper here. While this is filling and I'm getting my stuff together, let me ask any questions here. All right. Hello, everyone who's here, by the way. Thank you for being here. Whip says, can I put a lily that lay in a 40 breeder over the winter in the basement, no light, but in the tank that the rice fish is in? You can, Whip. I will tell you that tank is going to stink. So that's the issue because it's in soil and stuff like that. Um, and I don't know why you're going to keep the rice fish in there without any light. If you're going to keep fish in a tank, you should have a light on there so their circadian rhythm works well. And your bacteria also in your filter is going to work better with a light cycle in it. I would just take the lily. If you watched the demo that I did on my live feed with Sue on Thursday, I showed you how to prep a lily and put it in a styrofoam box. That's what I would do. Let's see here. Yes, this is the start of Ted's treacherous tour, Tom, when you were here. And again, these plants can freeze just fine. A lot of these plants in nature, they freeze, right? It's just that, like I said on the live feed, there's a large mass of them. The outside of the plant will go dead, but that'll insulate the rest of the plant on the inside sometimes. So it's fine. It depends on how hardy your plant is. Oh, that's good news, Stephen. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. I like that one. That is like the best dad joke of like the day. Thank you. There'll be ambient light. Yeah, you can try it. I'm just going to tell you, it's going to smell because it's going to be rot. That soil around it's going to be rotting. So I could give it. I would, if you want to, you could give it a shot. Um, whip and see what happens. So no, nothing wrong with that. So this fill up with water. We're going to start putting in some of the plants. This is a water lily. I don't know what it is. It has it. I don't know where its tag went. Oh, wait a minute. It's here. It's buried. Oh, this is the water lily native to my area from White Meadow Lake. This is a hardy white dwarf water lily found only in New Jersey. They talk about it in Perry Slocum's book. I collected this one. So this one's going to stay. It's used to being outside, so that's where I'm going to store it. And it's used to getting cold. So we're going to do that here. I'm going to put this at the bottom of the tub with the clean water. Grab some more plants here while I'm here. This is the blue flag iris that I prepped earlier today, right? Another native to New Jersey. So two New Jersey native plants going in here. They can take really cold temperatures across the northeast here. Do fine in your area too there, Whip. And of course the pickerel. Our friend the royal pickerel is going to go in here too. 1, 2, 3. Because this is a 20-gallon pond, this is made by McCourt or Beckett, sold at Home Depot and Lowe's. It has a wide bottom, so I can fit another plant. So I am going to go while that water is filling up, and I might put red spider under here. Let's put another pond plant in here, shall we? Wondering which one. Hmm. Let's think about this. I got another plant right behind me here. Let's zoom out. There you go. Let's bring the camera back a little farther. Pond number 2, right here. See it? So we're gonna grab a plant from here, shall we? Let's plug my phone back in. Give it some power, which is good. Okay, there we go. Uh, in here. Oh, got it. Time to shut off the water. Let's shut off the water. I have a well here in northern New Jersey. It's a 300-foot well filtered by essentially a wetland forest all around me. It's a neighborhood that goes through a wetland forest. The water was more pure than the municipal water, with the exception of a little bit of iron. It tastes great. So I did not go on the city water when they offered it. Because the water comes out of my tap at 6.2 with a KH of 1. Once it oxygenates the water, it goes up to about 6.8 low KH. So but it was causing pinhole leaks in my pipes, which are copper. So when I got a neutralizer put on, which is just a large giant torpedo filled with calcium to neutralize my water. Brings it up to 7.4 with slight hardness, but I had the plumber put in a shutoff valve so I could mix soft and hard water. So I don't have to do, lucky me, I don't have to soften the water for the fish. So which one should I take out of here that'll go good underwater? Well, easy call for that one. Yeah, that's right. Our nemesis, yellow flag iris. Our nemesis, the yellow flag iris. See if we can get this here. Right here. This thing is ideal filter, boring flowers, but man, does this thing suck up nutrients. You can put just a rock over it and it'll grow and flower. It's crazy. But look at that. And that's not growing in full sun either. So that's going to go underwater. Why not? Let's get our knife back again, shall we? Of course, I dropped the knife again. Story of my life. Oh, it's right in my back pocket, where it's supposed to be. All right. Let's pull this out and get it on screen and see what we're doing here. I can fit one more under here, underwater here. So while the sun is setting, let's get our compost bucket. All right, get this over here. Set up for me, baby. All right. We're just gonna again, this is another plant that, what is it, ideal? This plant is impossible to kill. You could throw the rhizome in the forest and it'll start sprouting in the springtime. It's pretty insane. So now I'm going to start shaving. This has a large root system extending out. Big white roots coming out. I'm just going to shave this out here. Like that. Shave it out. Clean it up from the bottom. Make sure you do the bottom of these pots too. Get yourself a new, make sure it's new, or sharpen your razor blade so you're not hacking away with effort. Wear gloves. Wish everyone well that you know. This is the impossible to kill plant, so it's not a big, I'm just shaving it up to keep the water clean for the other plants. All right, let's take care of this now. More compost. All right, let's see, where do I got an opening here? I usually do this in November, and that's when these gloves come in handy, especially if you wear garden gloves underneath them so your hands don't freeze. Yeah, I can fit 4 under here. Just moving things around a bit to make them all fit nice and snug. One, two, three, four. So I'm going to make a note of what's in this tub, and I'm going to hang that note in my shed, because in the spring, you're not going to know what these are. Now, they're all labeled, but just in case the label gets lost. So there you go. That's an overwintering tub, three very hardy pond plants underneath. And as the sun goes down, I'm going to say thanks for being here. I'll answer any questions here. Let's see here. Any thoughts on storing variegated water celery? Yeah, variegated water celery I find a little tricky. I've had to bring that plant inside and grow it either on a windowsill or I've grown it in a paludarium. It did not store well for me underwater or in a box. Let's see, where have you been hiding? I want to try Detroit style pizza. Yeah, if you have a well, yeah, Whip, that's an issue up in Vermont with my friends David and Janine Banks too. If you're in a farm area, you have to have your well water tested a lot. Um, Farms here are pretty far away from me. I think the closest one is maybe 5 miles away or so, maybe 10, and they're concentrated in the next county, so that's why I'm lucky. What's your tap? Okay. I'd start a plant farm, make a fortune. No thanks. That's dirty, exhausting labor, and I'm too old for that, man. All right. So that's here. Hey, Uncle Smiley. Hey, Mike. How are you? So I think we're done here. The sun is setting. So that's one bunch of plants put away. Fish here are long gone. Um, Maybe I'll put the next film when I do the rice fish up on the deck when I get to it. I'm doing these, trying to do one every day, and I'll finish in about 2 weeks. I'm going to keep less tubs next year, I think, guys, because I was doing all these because I was in fish breeding mode, trying to reach my next level on the BAP, which I did. I was master breeder about 10 years ago. I went up to Rosario LaCourte level. I should have just stopped at master breeder, but I had so much fun experimenting with fish outside. What fish do well inside versus outside. It was actually a lot of fun. I'll probably keep doing that, but I don't think I need these many tubs. But I do like the water lilies, but I might just keep the tubs that are in really full sun as well as these here and focus on that. So maybe at next year's clash, I'll have a lot of plants to bring. Um, so I'm going to, if there's no other questions, I'm going to say thanks for joining me here on Sunday night. And good luck with your tubs. Whip, make sure you check out that video. It shows you exactly what to do. Good luck with the one Visa. Let me know how it goes. Stephen, good luck with your plants. I hope let us know how your paradise fish babies are doing and how many you have. I'd love to hear about it and see a new video actually would be great. And Mike, take care. We got to talk live bearers someday. And for everyone else, I hope I can chat with you soon. Take care, everybody. Have a good Sunday.